Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome to Beginner Music Theory video number 8. In this video, we're going to cover notes and note lengths and what they look like in written form. Real quick, though, I want to clear up something I screwed up in the last video, the placement of middle C. So here's my little chart, my little keyboard. So where that star is, that's middle C. I pointed at, I don't know, like the F or something the last time. It was kind of weird, and it looks backwards to me when I'm like holding it up to the camera. So basically I'm a moron. Anyhow, let's get started with whole notes and the double hold note, or the breve, which is over here. So that is what you would see on the written page if they wanted a double whole note or 8 beats covered. They'll cover 8 beats. It'll be either a whole note, which is that, with 2 lines on the outside, or the rectangle with 2 lines on the outside. And that'll be the double whole note. Sorry, my throat's kind of scratchy right now for some reason. Anyhow, so that's 8 beats covered right there. Now this whole note, notice, is just the oval with nothing connecting to it. That covers 4 beats. Half note right here is the hollow oval with the stem, and that covers 2 beats. Quarter note is the same oval colored in with a stem, and it covers 1 beat. And now the 8th note covers a half of a beat. So 2 8th notes fit inside of a quarter note. And it's, the oval colored in with the stem, and then it's got this little flag on it. And then as you go on, the 16th note is the same thing, only double flagged. 32nd note is the same thing, triple flagged. So it just has to do with compounding. So quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 8th note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 16th note, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and so it just keeps doubling as you go. We're doubling, from, well, for example, a breve equals 2 whole notes. A whole note equals 2 half notes. Half note equals 2 quarter notes. Everything's kind of grouped into twos until you get into compound meters, and that's where your dotted notes and stuff come in, which we talked about in the last video. And just remember, so you see any of these with a dot next to them, it's that note value plus another half of the note value. So a dotted breve would actually cover 6 beats, would cover 12 beats, because a breve is 8, it's a double whole. So then if you saw a dotted breve, what's half of 8 is 4, so 8 plus 4, 12. That would cover 12 beats. Now beneath here are the rests, they're equivalents of what you see above. So a breve rest looks like that. So it's like a vertical rectangle between the 2 center lines of the staff. Now the whole rest and the half rest look similar. All you need to know to tell the difference, which I hope you can see right now, is a whole rest dangles down off the line. A half rest is above the line, and it's just a sideways rectangle colored in for both of them. Quarter rest is this funny looking guy. So, and whenever you see that, that's a quarter rest. That's the only one that looks like that. Now, when we get the 8th, 16th, 32nd, it's basically this little baby stem with a flag hanging off it going the opposite way of the flags that were for the notes. So for 8th, you got 1 flag, 16th, 2 flags, 32nd, 3 flags. So if you were to go to the 64th note, which does exist, you just add another flag to either of those. Okay? So that's the note lengths, how you would see them written, and the rests as well. Rests are very important. There's music's going to have those. And you're going to need to know how to count them. And then when you get into like syncopated stuff, you might see your notes land on the ands. So then on the beat, you'll have an 8th note rest. And then on the and of the beat, you'll have the 8th note, and the 8th note rest, then the 8th note, the 8th note rest. And that would give you the and kind of feel when you're playing. So that's all I want to cover in this video. Gonna keep it pretty short. Beginner music theory, video number 8. Notes, note lengths, rest lengths. Have a fantastic day. You're gonna do awesome.